Personally, I've had an issue with advertising, there are a few times when I wanted to advertise on social media, and it was kind of hard to find my way around. I still found my way around, but then I noticed with some people that there are better ways to advertise if you know what to do. Now, today on our tech segment, we're talking about how SMEs can use online advertising to make their business grow. And I have a renowned social media consultant and also a traffic specialist in the house, Ken Dubisi. It's great to have you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much for having me.
I like that. Paid traffic specialist. That's wonderful, wonderful. We have a lot of specializations now in tech, and this is quite very good. So let's go straight to it. Advertising. Now, this is something that a number of people would want to do. I've had people who have come up to me and say, oh, hey, I want to advertise. I do know how to do it. I've tried to boost a post, sponsor a post, and all of that. It's kind of a labyrinth. It's not so easy for people to grab a hold of. What does advertising entail on social media, and why should SMEs, use advertising on social media?
Okay, so it all starts from the business model, first of all, right? So I'm just going to run through like the business model of the social media platforms that we currently use: Facebook, Instagram, and the rest. Okay. So when it comes to traffic, there's basically two types of traffic, right? There's organic traffic, and then there's paid traffic.
Okay.
Organic traffic simply refers to like traffic that you get when you make a post. As you just make a post, it simply means that you're not paying money for the traffic, right? True. That's what organic means. Okay. And paid traffic, on the other hand, is traffic that you get by actually paying money for adverts. Now, how do these social media platforms actually make money? They make money through revenue gained from ads, right? So the more people that are on the platform, they are able to charge, advertisers to actually put ads, and then that's how they make their money. Okay. Right? So organic reach technically is dying across all platforms. We've seen it happen on Facebook. It started on Facebook. Back then there was a time that if you had like 1 million fans on Facebook, you could reach like 100,000 of them. Like in 2019, you can't do that. Like
this is intentional, right?
Yes.
From the owners of social media.
Yes, of course.
They cut your reach.
Of course.
Why so? Because they want to make money.
Of course, they have to make money. So you see, even when you make a post, you're going to see something like they're going to ask you, this post is performing better than the others.
Exactly.
Yeah. So everybody sees that. They know what they're doing, and they're lowering your organic reach. The same thing is happening right now. It's beginning to happen on Instagram. You see people with millions of followers. They're getting like 1,000 likes or just 10,000 likes. And you wonder, like, where are all the other followers going?
Why don't they see this post and all of that? So this is intentional now. Wow, that's cool. So what we're saying now is that advertising is something that everybody has to get the reach that you require. You have to get into paid advertising.
Of course.
How do you go about it?
Of course. So the first thing you need to understand before you even run any kind of adverts is you need to be clear on the objective of the adverts that you're trying to run. Now, most SMEs have this problem. Like, they think that adverts is just something you just do whenever you have like a discount sale or you just have a promo going. No, you need to have a strategy behind running the adverts, right? So if you don't have a strategy, it's going to be very hard for you, and you're going to think that your adverts are not working, whereas it's simply a matter of not having the right strategy down, and you don't know what you're doing, and you're just spending money trying to get results that you can't even define, right? So that's the biggest problem that SMEs have.
All right. So now, when you pay for this kind of adverts, does it affect your organic growth?
I wouldn't say affects. It's more of complements it, right? Yeah. So it complements your organic growth, right? When you're paying for traffic, you're simply telling the platforms that, okay, I already have this content and it's kind of doing well, but I simply want it to reach more people who are interested in this kind of stuff. And with Facebook and Instagram, there are a lot of tools out there, like advanced stuff, that we can't even cover in one day. There's a lot of stuff that you can actually do to target people that are actually interested in your brand, in your business, or your service.
Targeting. Now, that's somewhere where a lot of people normally miss it. They just advertise and put to a general audience. We'll talk about targeting because this is like a series. We'll talk about targeting later on. But like you were saying, when you want to, it complements your organic growth when you pay for these things. And as it stands now, you have to do it.
Of course.
Everybody has to do it.
I mean, that's basically where the market is being driven to now. There's some few brands that are able to, just grow off organic traffic. Okay. And most of them, they are doing really some sketchy stuff, and some just have to put out, outrageous and provocative content. But for the average business person, for the average small business owner, you need to actually run promotions. Now,
let's get into the part of influencing, where you have a number of people, because of maybe the reach they have or the number of followers they have, brands come to them. Now, are we saying that a brand is better served paying or putting up a sponsored post than going to an influencer with such a number of followers?
So I've had this conversation a lot of times, and people ask me, you know, should I run ads or should I use influencers?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it still comes down to strategy again, right? If you have a business, you need to have a strategy. So influencers work, let's be honest, right? There was a time I would have said, okay, don't use, just run ads, right? But influencers work, but you need to have a strategy in place. If you're using the influencer strategy, you need to have the advert strategy to back it up. So it's not like you're just going to do one without the other. Right?
Okay,
If
so
you
they
want
have
to see
to go
best
pari
results,
passu,
you
use
have
both of
to
them
use
together.
both of them. Yes.
And then, okay, so now you mentioned a specific kind of, let's get into a bit of targeted, you know, advertising and marketing. How do people target adverts? What's the best way? How do they go about it? Is it something, like now, you are somebody, where do you come in? Let's put it that way. Where do you come into the equation of advertising and helping people make better sales or whatever from the advertising?
Okay. Not to go too technical, but when it comes to targeting, there are different types of targeting of audiences that you can use. First one is the target audience. That's basically where Facebook or Instagram allows you to target people based on certain criteria. So you can target people based on their interests, the kind of content they engage with online. So let's say, for example, if you are a Chelsea fan, for example, and you know most of your posts, you like posts related to Chelsea, and they see that your audience are mostly Chelsea users. If someone wants to advertise a product and they want to target it to sports lovers, you're going to fall into that audience, right? So that's the target audience.
That's the target
Then
audience.
there's also something called a custom audience. So a custom audience is as an audience of people that have already engaged with your posts in the past. So maybe they visited your Instagram page, your Facebook page, maybe they have liked your videos, or someone has shared your video and they've seen it. That's a custom audience. And then there's also another technology called a lookalike audience. Audience. So this is very interesting. You know, Facebook has over like billions of users, right? So Facebook says, right now you have a custom audience of people that have already engaged with you. Why don't you come, you give us that audience, and then we're going to go out, look into our large network of users, and we're going to give you a free audience of people that we already know based on our technology and all that are interested in whatever you have to talk about, right? So these are different targeting methods, and many people don't use it, right?
Yeah, true, because I'm just hearing about this the first time. So let's say I have this particular content, and I want to, what's the best way to go about it? Do I sponsor a post by myself, or do I get to someone like you and say, okay, can you offer me this service? Can you do this for me? How does it work? What's the best way to make it work? So the first thing you want to do, if you're just starting out, right, you need to figure out how to do it yourself, right? You need to figure out how to do it yourself?
Yes, because...
And that's what you teach people, how to do it themselves?
Yes, of course.
Okay, good.
Of course, because let's be honest, it gets pretty expensive if you decide to use someone else to do it. Yeah, someone that knows what he's doing, right? Many people may claim to know what they're doing, but in reality, they don't.
How do you know who knows what he or she is doing?
Exactly. That's why you need to learn it first. You need to know some of the basics, like all these things I'm talking about now. You need to have an understanding of how it works, so that if you're talking with someone that says he's a professional, the person should have an idea.
Wonderful, Ken. We'll still be with Ken. I would have about 2 or 3 more episodes. I will still be talking about advertising and how to make the best from advertising. Thank you very much. We'll still get to see you.
Thank you so much.